Yo, can I park here?
Let me see. Smith Street, sign says 15 minutes between Friday and Tuesday. Yeah, it's probably fine.
Good. I'm just going to the AT&T store. There's a deal that's New York only. I'll run in and run out.
You didn't take the F?
Yo, you gonna park here?
Yeah, he's going to the AT&T store. They got a deal just for New York.
You didn't take the F?
Hey, New York, come into an AT&T store and find out how to get a smartphone for free. AT&T, more for your bargain hunter thing. That's our thing. Limited New York offer. See store for details.
Blog Talk Radio. Unmarket Your Business, the podcast. Born out of the need to share strategies and techniques that really work to market your business. Think yellow page ads and cold calls are your only choices? That's so last century. You're about to learn tested, tried and true marketing techniques you can apply and master. Ones that feel authentic instead of salesy. Strategies that are true to who you are and how you want to present yourself to your ideal clients. Let's join our host, Carol Joyce Dunlop, in the studio now and allow business success to move forward. Hey, good Saturday afternoon, everyone. How are you doing? Thanks so much for joining me today on this special version of the Unmarket Your Business podcast. I am your hostess, Carol J. Dunlop, the online wild strategist and Amazon #1 international best-selling author for my book, Unmarket Your Business. I hope your Saturday is going good. I hope you're doing good things, enjoying the sunshine or, whatever it is around you, enjoying life, period. I wanted to come on at this special time because Thursday I was unavailable all day because I was attending this awesome event, Call Me Miss Ambassador. I thought it was great. First time I'd ever been exposed to, I guess, the pageant world, live and in person. You've seen pageants, but just to be exposed to these wonderful young ladies who are doing the doggone thing. I was so like, wow, how you're mesmerized by something. They were great. And this wasn't even the pageant. This was just the conference to kind of prep them because I think they're down here in Atlanta for the whole week. And then I think the pageant is tonight. So it was totally great. And it got me to thinking about the subject matter for this show, and that's blank, because I really don't like to curse that much online. Blank permission. It's time to get going. It's time to do it. Stop sitting on the fence. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. And we're going to get started with that in just a minute. But before we do that, I want to make sure that you meet me in the Poconos in September for the Lift Conference 2018. This is the premier conference for faith-based women in business and ministry, providing the tools and strategies to take their businesses to the next level. What can you expect? Praise and worship to begin each day, confirming our foundation in God. Speakers who are dominating in their field of expertise, ready to pour into you. And 2 days of power-packed information you can implement in your business and ministry right away. Plus, our Platinum VIP Day like no other. So to get information, get your tickets, get together, and make sure you're meeting me in the Poconos. Go to www.liftcon2018.com. That's Lift, LIFTCON 2018.com. Can't wait to get things going. Can't wait to meet you there, and definitely hope that you can come and join us. It's going to be fantastic. I was there last year, and I'm going to be there this year. And I've been working with Lyft founders, Renelli Williams, Kim Jones, and Anna Izzard for the past half year. So great, come on out. So what are we talking about today? We are talking about getting off the fence, things done. Stop, waiting for stuff to happen. I'm giving you permission right now to go get things done. So let me know if this kind of is like you. Or are you familiar with this? Are you one of the people who are waiting? You are watching influencers influence. You are standing on the sidelines as winners cross the finish line, or you're crouching in the corner as speakers speak, writers write, and gurus make money. Is that kind of familiar to you at all? It was to me. And I wanted to tell you, like I said, when I was at the event this past Thursday, I got the idea for this show because, inspiration comes from everywhere, right? And I was sitting next to this young lady. She's awesome. She had just drove down from Virginia to Atlanta because she is applying to be an intern with Steve Harvey's daughter, Brandy Harvey. And she was relating her whole story to me. Her parents didn't want her to do it. They're like, what are you doing? Why are you doing this? And she was like, well, I've been in Virginia all my life. It's time to step outside of the box. It's time for me to do something that I want to do. And she just got in her car, got her ticket, and came on down. I thought that was amazing. And so as we were talking, she was telling me that she wanted to start a podcast. And I was like, wow, really? I love podcasts. I've been doing it since 2009. Totally love it. And she was saying, well, I've even got some episodes recorded, but I just, I got to push that button. I just got to do it. And I'm like, well, you just need to do it. What are you waiting on? What exactly are you waiting on? I'm giving you permission right now to do it. So right after that, I would say about 30 minutes or so, a good friend of mine, Lori Manns, and who's also a client, a mentor to me, and an awesome businesswoman and sales coach, walks in, and I was like, whoa, I know I'm in the right place if Lori Manns is here. She just looked at me and laughed, but that's true because Lori Manns is everywhere. She is the in-the-know person. So anyway, we sat down and we started, and she was sitting across from me at the table. I was like, Lori, I got someone I want you to meet. She is a new podcaster, and she's actually going to be starting her podcast either today, tonight, or tomorrow. And she looked at me like, oh, my God, no, you didn't just put me on blast. And I was like, yeah, it's time to go. She was like, I accept it. I'm going to do it. So, and she told me afterwards that I was actually a blessing to her to sit right there, to decide, number one, to come down to this thing. She didn't know anybody. I think she was staying with a cousin. And then to meet me, and we started talking. I don't know her from Adam, or I didn't know her from Adam. I know her now. And she said just because of a few words, and then to challenge her with doing that, something she's been trying to do for, I don't know, quite a while, but has never pushed the button. And I'm like, hey, you got a phone, let's go. There's just, the opportunity is just there. So let's take the bull by the horns. Let's run. Blank permission. I'm giving you permission. It's go time. So that was like the impetus for starting this whole thing. So if you need a sign right now that it's time to go, this is the sign. This is it. I'm telling you. I give you full permission to go out and be your most awesome self. It's time for you to do what you've been dreaming about, thinking about, maybe waking up in the morning at 2 o'clock in the morning thinking, I just got to get this done. I don't know how, overwhelmed about. It's time to do it. And I'm going to share with you 5 steps that will help you do just that. Get rolling with it. So we're going to get into this right now. So the number one step, the first step you have to do is you have to write it down. Because goals get done when you can see them. So whatever your goal is to get done, if you want to become a podcaster, if you want to write a book, if you want to get that website up, if you want to start speaking, start influencing people, it doesn't matter. If you want to run a marathon, or if you want to build that house or build that community, let's get going. Write that thing down, because once it's written down, it's kind of solidified in your soul that you need to get it done, number one. And the other thing is it's in your psyche that you need to get it done. The plan, the wheels are starting to turn. It's starting to look like that you can possibly do this, because once you write it down, it's like concrete. It's the thing that is going to mess with you until you actually get it done the right way. And there are lots of ways. Just a second. There are a lot of ways to get things done, but you just got to start. Number one, write it down. Get a composition book, or get some note paper, or get your journal or whatever. Just write it down. Write down what your goal is and how. You don't have to worry about how yet. Just write it down. This is your goal. This is what you're going to do. It doesn't matter how big it is. It doesn't matter how big it seems. We were talking in the event, which was very interesting, because we went through several different sessions, and we were talking about building your business and how to take time for you and all that. They were saying that, if you don't have goals, if you have goals, that's good. But if you don't have goals, that's a bad thing. So we have goals. We all have goals. But if you don't write them down, they just never get done because you have to write them down to make them real, and then you can start with that foundation and building on top of that. But you can't start building anything until you write it. Writing it becomes real. It's out of your brain. It's onto paper. It's like a physical, tangible thing that you can actually look at and make plans around. So number one, write it down. So number two, let's get into the how-to. The number two is creating a plan, because failing to plan is planning to fail. You have to have a plan. I was talking with a client this week, a potential client who is now a client, who is saying, she was like, Carol, I need a plan. I need a strategy. I don't know how to do this on my own. I've been thinking about how I'm going to work this thing into my business and how I'm going to change my business, but I just don't know what to do. I don't know where to start, and I'm looking for someone to partner with that will help me get that done. I was like, girl, you're looking at the right person right now, because I can create a plan and get a strategy going, but if you don't do that, if you don't have the strategy and the plan of how you get things done, then even though you wrote down the goal, it'll never go from there. It will never get off of that page. Yes, it's great to write it down and to make it tangible. You can feel it, you can see it and all that, but you got to have a plan to back it up. How are you going to do these things? I am a perfect example. I don't like plans, but I do plan. I don't like having to put things down in front of me, step one, step two, step three, but that I've found that that's the only way that I can get things done. So I've made myself do it. I've made myself, hey, what is the plan? How are we going to accomplish this? How am I going to do this? Who needs to help me with this? Because a lot of times we always think that we're the only one that has this information, the only one that can do this thing, and then we get on this like, you know, I'm the pioneer woman. I've got to go out and chop down all the trees and build a log cabin. And if it's not for me, we won't have any, you know, got to hunt, fish, cook, all that I'm every woman type of thing. But it doesn't really have to be that way, but it all starts with that plan and that strategy. Because when you write it down, you write the big goal down, and then you break it down into smaller, obtainable goals, you know, that are focused, that are just minute little steps to help you get to the big thing. When you do backwards, your biggest goal is, if it's writing that book, then you look at, how do I write the book? How, you know, who's going to help me get this book done? What are the things I need to do? Then you go like on a research journey, and that helps you put the plan together. When I was diagnosed with breast cancer, I had no idea how in the world I was going to get through that journey, if I was even going to get through that journey. Everything I was reading was telling me that if you're diagnosed with, especially, they just said cancer, breast cancer or whatever, you have like a 5% chance of survival. I'm like, what? That is not happening to me. I am surviving. And then as I read more, it all depended on, you know, what your treatment was, how long your treatment, what was the severity, what was your diagnosis level, you know, how you attacked the cancer, what type of medications you were on, what you did after that. It was a whole succession of things. So my doctor and I, my oncologist, and I had a team of doctors. I had an oncologist. I had my gynecologist who actually helped me determine that, yes, this was cancerous when she was doing my breast exam. But I had found the lump, but she was doing the breast exam. And then my hematologist, I'm trying to think who else I went to, my plastic surgeon, all these people, you know, all this team of doctors, we all got together to see how we were going to attack this thing, what was the plan, what was going to happen. And that helped me to feel like, yeah, I can do this. I can do this. Plus the other team members, you know, there were nurses and cheerers on, and there were my friends, fans, and followers, you know, my social media account, my family, my blood family, my adopted family, everybody helped me on this journey, so I was definitely not alone. So you have to look at whatever this big goal is like that. You have to, because you can't do it by yourself. But creating a plan is step number 2. Okay, we're going to finish this out. We're going to take a quick right now to sponsor us. Is sponsored. Now that you have marketed your business, it's now time to close the sale. The Closing Academy teaches entrepreneurs just like you how to ask for the sale. We believe that sales is a teachable skill. Download your free e-guide, Top 10 Selling Secrets for People That Hate to Sell, at www.theclosingacademy.com. Again, that's www.theclosingacademy.com. Go ahead and get your free guide, the Top 10 Selling Secrets for People That Hate to Sell. I used to be one of those people, but now I don't fear selling. It's one of those things. You have to do it. If you don't sell, you're not in business, really, because somebody's got to sell. Who's going to do it? And I want you to meet me in the Poconos in September for the Lift Conference 2018. This is the premier conference for faith-based women in business and ministry, providing the tools and strategies to take their businesses to the next level. You can expect praise and worship to begin every day, confirming our foundation in God. Speakers who are dominating in their field of expertise pour into you. And 2 days of power-packed www.liftcon2018. That's Lift, L-I-F-T, con, C-O-N, 2018.com. Okay, so let's continue. Our first 2 points were you got to write it down. If you don't write it down, it's just, something in your head that never gets done. Writing it down makes it tangible because goals get done when you can see them. Number 2, create a plan. Failing to plan is planning to fail. So now number 3. Find an influencer and follow them. Because like I said before, you're not alone. Find somebody who's already done this or who is doing this and can help you along the way. Now, you can actually follow them and, just kind of eat up everything that they're doing. I have several people that I follow that are teaching me stuff every day, even all the stuff that I know about social media, online marketing, website design, all that good stuff. There are people that know much more than me. They may not have been in the business as long as me, or they've been in the business much longer than me, but they can help me on my journey. And so you have to realize that there are plenty of people out there that can help you. One of my biggest influencers in social media is King Ashley Ann, and you can find her on Instagram. I think she's everywhere. Instagram, Periscope. I found her on Periscope, but she's on Instagram and Facebook, and she's King Ashley Ann. She is awesome. I love her. She is just so funny. Oh, my God, she's funny. And she has that type of personality that just makes you feel like you just know her, your girlfriends or whatever. I'm going to get her on the show. I think I said that a couple months ago, but I'm going to get her on the show. And I've learned so much from her about social media and advertising because, believe it or not, even though I talk about social media a lot, I had really not delved into advertising. It was always such a scary thing. And, even though I talk about social media, I talk about it as far as, you don't have to spend this much money and you can get, free reach and all that, and you still can, but in order to get the best reach, you got to pay something. You got to advertise. You really do. I'm totally convinced of that. So I wanted to follow people who are talking about advertising and how to do it. So I don't go out there and spend all kinds of money that I don't have or don't want to lose on just willy-nilly advertising. I want to target, and I am targeting. I am reaching my niche market, and I am making the things I do count for something so that I'm not out just flailing and doing anything. And that's what an influencer is going to help you do. They help you get on the direct path. Remember, you wrote that goal down. It came out of your brain. It's on paper. You've got your strategy you're putting together. And remember, your strategy is kind of fluid. It could change. It's not like you write this down and you can't ever make a detour because life is all about detours. You're going to have detours. You're going to have to change, sometimes on a whim. Sometimes you can see the change coming and you can prepare for it, but sometimes you can't. And then number 4 is to hire a coach or a strategist or a trainer or a teacher, whomever you get it done. So it's okay to follow the influencers, find the people that can show you the way. But working with them, that's a whole different thing. That's a whole different game. Because when you work with them, preferably one-on-one, or even if you just purchase a package from them or a program, or, it doesn't have to be expensive. Maybe they got a $10 thing or a $7 thing. Maybe they have a $97 thing or a $300 or a $2,000. When you're ready, when you're like, man, I'm tired of struggling with this, I need some more direction. I need to really be more intentional about what I'm doing. I'm off the sidelines. I'm off the fence. I'm ready. I'm going. I have this plan. Now I need somebody who's going to help me make it come true. Make this dream come true. Help me work it. That's what a coach or strategist, trainer, teacher, that's what they can do. Because they can get with you one-on-one, even if it's to start out with a one-on-one session, or kind of create your own thing. Maybe they offer something like you could promote on their platform. You get an ad on their platform, and maybe they offer something else you could purchase. Like maybe you could do a webinar with them. They'll help promote you to the audience, and then maybe you want to get a strategy session with them, or maybe you want to go full on and get a coaching program from them, or work with them one-on-one. Whatever it is, just remember you cannot do this on your own. We're not made to do this stuff on our own. I mean, God put us here. Even Adam, he put Adam here, and he said, go out there. You're the king of everything. Make stuff work, and he did. And then he was lonely, so God made him woman as a companion. So if God made Adam, and Adam needs companionship, then you can't do this stuff by yourself. There are lots of people out there that they might not be as old as you, and they could be older. They may be the same age. They may be their distance. They may be running longer or whatever, or they're just starting, but they have these ideas. They have this information. And by you partnering together, you can create awesomeness together. I've done that so many times with JV partners. I've worked with JV partners where the partnership itself worked for a time and then it didn't. It was time to go. So I left, or they left, or we realized this wasn't really going to work out like we wanted to. But it's all about experimentation, because I've found other partnerships that are totally off the chain. The best partnership I've ever been involved with is the one I have with my husband in marriage and business. And, we've been going strong for 25 years. So, how they say, something, you can't be in business with your spouse and all that. We've totally proven that wrong. Has it been all joy and happiness and roses? Nope. But it hasn't been all craziness either. It's been a mixture. When two humans get together, there's some things that go on, and sometimes you work and sometimes you don't. I am so thankful to God that we're working, that we have worked and continue to work. And I've got some other partners that I've worked with, people that I worked with for a time in a season that I know I could call on at any time to help me with something else, or I could help them with something. So that's what you want. That's what kind of thing you want to go on. So now, finally, number five. This is the key of everything that I've been talking to you about today, and that is take action. It's great to write the goals, get them out of your head. It's so awesome to create that plan, find an influencer who you can follow, or even work with a coach or a trainer or a strategist or whatever who can actually put you on the path. But nothing happens until you do something. You are the person that's charged with taking action. People can teach you all day. They can show you, forever and ever, this is how this works. This is how this goes. And if you do this and this and this, and then it's going to equal that. 1 and 1 equals 2, that type of thing. But nothing happens until you take action. So with those 4 steps behind you, writing it down, creating a plan, finding influence and follow them, hire a coach. Number 5, the key is taking action, because without taking action, nothing happens. It's just like I was talking about with the young lady that I met at the event. Told her, I was like, look, you got a phone, go ahead and put your podcast up. All you got to do is upload it to iTunes. Boom, you got a podcast right there. It's ready to go, or Stitcher or SoundCloud or whatever. She already had created some episodes. She was already on track, but she wasn't taking action in the right way. It took just a chance meeting of someone she sat beside and just started talking to. We started conversing, and now she's on the road to getting that podcast live like she's always wanted. Will it work? Will it be a flop? Will it be a success? Who knows? But without ever doing it, she will never know. So I'm hoping the best for her. I'm wishing her much success. I hope she puts those episodes out and people start to gravitate toward it, because her subject was totally awesome. I'm not not going to say it because I want her to get it out first so she can lay claim on that. But that is right on point. People want to know about that. People need to know about that subject matter. So let's get that rolling. So I'm hoping that that action that she was charged with, she's going to follow through. And that's the same thing that I want for you. What is the action that you're waiting to do? What is it? Are you trying to write a book? What's stopping you from doing it? Are you confused? You got too many chapters. You don't have enough content. You feel like nobody will want it. Hey, put my steps in action. Write it down. Create your plan. I mean, Google is your best friend. Google and Bing and Yahoo, you can find anything you want out there. Put that plan together. Find an influencer. Find someone who's written a book. Follow them. Ask them questions. Recently, I was just featured on this blog, and Dee Lawrence, what she does, she's a blogger herself, but she showcases other people who have written books and their process and what they did. So, there's a plethora of people out there who have already done what you're trying to do, no matter what it is you're trying to do. There's people that have already done it. So get with them. Ask them questions. People love to talk about what they've done. So don't be afraid to email them or message them, DM them, whatever, because if they're a good person and if they're really about sharing the knowledge, they will just message you right back, hey, what do you need? I'm like that. You can ask me anything you want, and I will help you all that I can. And then the final thing is to just take action. That's step number 5, take action. Don't leave that out. You got to take action. If you don't take action, nothing gets done, and then you're still sitting on the sidelines. You may have gotten off for a while, but now you're back on the fence, and now you're scrolling through your feed, looking at people do all these things and wishing and wanting and shoulda, woulda, coulda, and you need to stop that. Stop scrolling. That was the other thing that we talked about at the event. Stop scrolling, watching people do stuff. Get off your butt and do it yourself. Let people watch you because you're the leader. You're the influencer. And I talk about how to be the authority. I've talked about that several times. If you go on my blog at csicorporation.com/blog, you'll talk about how I show you can be an influencer. How to, get your own TV show, get your own podcast, write your book, stand out on social media, stand out at Facebook groups, whatever it is you want. You can do it. I know you can. I'm here to help you, and if you want to contact me, that's fine. I will help you as much as possible. So I hope that this has been an eye-opener for you. So are you ready? What's stopping you? Whatever it is, I want to help you get over that hump, get past that I can't do it. And I would love for you to join me by scheduling an online WOW assessment today so you can get started on whatever it is that you need to be doing and be successful, because it's your time. It's go time. So do that. You can do that by going to csicorporation.com/online WOW. csicorporation.com/online WOW. Schedule your online WOW assessment, and we'll figure out what it is you need to get done. Whether I'm the person to help you with it or not, we'll figure out what it is. So that's all I have for you today. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you again next week. And remember, today's podcast was sponsored by the Closing Academy. Now that you have marketed your business, it's now time to close that sale. The Closing Academy teaches entrepreneurs how to ask for the sale. We believe that sales is a teachable skill. Download your free e-guide, Top 10 Selling Secrets for People That Hate to Sell, at www.theclosingacademy.com. Remember, go get your guide right now at www.theclosingacademy.com. And join me again today for another episode of the Unmarket Your Business podcast. Bye for now. Thanks for listening. We truly appreciate it. For information about guests, products, or services that were mentioned in this episode, log on to our website at www.csicorporation.com/unmarketing. To learn more, get a glimpse of our upcoming schedule, and join the unmarketing nation of entrepreneurs who are using marketing techniques that work right now. Until next time, keep moving forward.
Benefit from no ATM fees nationwide with a Columbia Bank Advantage Plus checking account. Use any ATM anywhere nationwide for total convenience. Make any ATM your ATM. For Advantage Plus checking, receive credit up to 10 surcharges or $30 per statement cycle, whichever is less at domestic ATMs not owned by us at charge of transaction surcharge. Maximum rebate of $360 for 12 statement cycles. All offers are subject to be withdrawn at any time. Member FDIC, count on Columbia.